What's up, reptile fans? Dave Palumbo here from Muscle Serpents Daily, and I'm at my good friend Paul Miller's house. I'm about to go in, and we're gonna look at some more crazy stuff that he's imported, and he's gonna be shipping out. We got some venomous, some non-venomous. He says he's got some cool stuff, so I figured I'd stop by and take a look. You know, look, it's great to look at my own stuff, and I'm always trying to get new stuff to try to make it even, you know, more entertaining. I'm always buying new animals and getting into new projects, and I'm producing new stuff. But I like to go to other people's houses too. I like to go to other facilities. I like to go to reptile shows when I have the opportunity, because I want to see what other people have got. That excites me. You know what happens? You could have the coolest stuff in your own collection, and it's just not cool after you've had it for like 2 weeks. You want something else. We always want more and more and more. So let's go see what Paul Miller's cooking up. All right, we're back here with Paul Miller today, and you got a new shipment in. Let's see what you got. What is this?
Yeah, this is a Sydney. This is a common adder from Australia. This is called Sydney adder.
You know, I was at what's his name, Peter Birch's house, and he's really into death adders too. Really.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Now these things are deadly. You said, right? You get bit, you die.
Extremely, extremely toxic. I know one person that's been bit by him, and the only reason he lived is because they had expired antivenom that George Van Horn had at the St. Cloud Serpentarium. His name was Marty Snipes. He said he was paralyzed within minutes. He could see and hear everything that was going on, but he could not move his body.
Oh my God, that's
horrible. Horrible.
Sounds like being intubated when you're on COVID, almost.
Yeah. Probably so.
Now, are they the kind of snake that would like go after you, or are they kind of like just keep to themselves type of thing?
Yeah, they're unpredictable, really. They have an extremely fast strike, like so quick you don't even see it. You blink, it's over. You miss it. Wow. Right now, the snake's not in a position where it feels threatened or it's going to strike, but I would not get too close because, you know, and now he's backing up. So. Yeah, he's getting in position now. He's getting a little worried. You can see he's getting a little
we're sticking the camera in his face here and prodding him a little bit.
Don't get too close for sure with this guy. It would be
How many different species of death adder are there?
You have Antarcticus. You have Rugosus. I think there's Levis. Then you even have one in Papua New Guinea. So there's 4 or 5. I'm not 100% sure on the exact number, but at least 4, I think maybe 5 species.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of unusual for you. This is not actually life-threatening, this animal, and it's actually pretty damn cool. This is the coolest looking bearded dragon I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen one this orange.
Yeah, they're not even fired up. What's other, you know?
Yeah, this just came in.
The light, they're better. So basically,
this one's even nicer.
Yeah, this is a leatherback too. You can see how the back is smoother.
Now the leatherback is a incomplete dominant. Obviously, the super form being the what is
silky.
The silky, which people don't seem to like too much because they don't do too well, right?
Right, correct.
But the leatherbacks are gorgeous. Now you can see the difference between the lack of scales here and more scales here.
Correct. And I just brought these in for a customer. I think there's like 9 of them here that I brought over with the shipment from Europe. And I'll ship these guys out to him today, FedEx.
Very cool. Now, what kind of mutations are creating this orange like that?
I don't know what they're calling them in Europe, but I mean, obviously they're bringing them over here to the U.S. for some reason. The genetics must be different. I know in Thailand they're working with some stuff called the Infernos, or called the Thunderbolts. The European stuff, I haven't really researched it too much. This isn't really my niche.
Right.
But
they are cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful.
Look at that.
Beautiful animal.
I don't think I've ever seen one with such orange saturation in it. And like I said, I'm not really into the bearded dragon morph, so I probably don't know, but we probably sound like 2 ignorant morons. But but I had to film them because they look so nice. And
yeah.
And so these are kind of unique to Europe at this point, right? So I guess
well, like I said, there must be a reason these guys are buying them, having them shipped over, and paying me to ship them over, because the genetics must be different in some way.
What does it cost to import animals like this? You know,
well,
if someone were going to get you to bring in some animals, you know?
We charge per animal, depending on the size of the animal and how many. Whether it's CITES or non-CITES, there's a different scale for what we charge, but typically an animal like this is going to cost you, for the first animal, you know, probably right around $125, and then we discount it for multiples.
Okay, that's not so bad when you're talking about an animal that has a, you know, is an expensive, you know, single animal.
Yeah, absolutely. Venomous, we charge a little bit more because we're the only person that does it.
Gotcha.
There are people that import in, you know, venomous from Europe, but they don't do transport like we do. So, like, if they want to get a shipment, like, they get a whole entire shipment.
Gotcha.
From whoever the dealer is.
Interesting.
So we charge a lot more for venomous.
Nice looking bearded dragon. Look at this guy, just chilling out in my hand. Look at that. Look at the where his ears. I guess I don't really know his ears, but right by the side of his head and his legs.
Ears.
Yeah, well, those little holes are the ears, but
yeah. It's almost like a translucent looking animal. I think it is translucent.
It's just on the legs. Look in the side of his head.
Yeah.
Beautiful little beauty. Almost makes you want to get one. I think
it's a beautiful animal. Right there. Seriously, look.
I know. It looks like Crutchfield's iguanas.
Yeah. Did you see? Imagine this fired up under the light.
Oh my god. Now what are you feeding these, or what do people feed these? Just crickets, you think?
Yeah, they're insectivores. I mean, they do eat some vegetables. They'll eat like leafy greens.
I'd like to set these up in like a naturalistic enclosure. This is really nice, you know.
Yeah, I used to breed a ton of these years and years ago. I got out of them right about the time the leatherbacks and the silkies were getting popular.
Right.
Then you had the hypotranslucents.
Sure.
They were all becoming very popular. And me and my son started with that. And he kind of lost interest in the bearded dragon, so we started breeding hedgehogs. And you probably don't know this, but we used to breed like 200 to 300 hedgehogs. Like
I remember you told me that. Yeah, what happened to that? How come you stopped doing it?
When I moved to Oklahoma, I sold that whole herd off.
Oh.
And then when I got there, I built a new one.
Yeah.
And I changed the caging around, and the breeding just wasn't taking off the way I wanted it to. So they weren't producing the numbers we were producing here. Because I tuned it in. It took me like 4 years to really get that tuned in.
Yeah, you got a lot of those, I remember.
And yeah, we were really pumping those out for a long time. That's really what got me started back in this business, because originally, back in 2015, I was still selling roofs. You know, for NASA Roofing here, a big roofing company.
Not reptile cage roofs, real roofs. So.
Real roofs, yeah. And the hedgehogs are kind of what started us back in this business. So I was like sitting here thinking, you know, what do I want to do after, you know, I shut my pool company down in 2008, and we're like, you know, what's the next thing? And I always loved animals. I said, well, figure a way to make money with animals. So I went back and started digging my old contacts up and going through everything.
Yeah.
And,
beautiful.
And it worked out great.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, it worked out really good.
All right. Now, what's this, Paul?
This is Rhacodactylus leachianus.
That's a leachianus gecko. That's the biggest gecko I've ever seen in person.
Yeah. This is the largest species of gecko, I believe.
People are obsessed with these now. I know a lot of guys who have them.
Yeah, they love them. All right, bud.
Now, what's the appeal aside from the size of them? Obviously,
I really think it's just the size.
Yeah, it's like, how can I get a cooler gecko than I have? Well, this is a huge monster gecko,
and this one is small.
How much bigger will they get than this?
I would say lengthwise, you know, maybe 4 inches longer. Girth-wise, much larger.
I'm convinced when they make these movies about aliens that they use this guy as like a
right.
It's like a model.
A lot of animals are the source of these monsters we see on TV.
Yeah. Remember when you kids the show Land of the Lost? They look like the slee stacks.
Yeah, that's funny. You wouldn't even remember that.
Yeah, I'm dating how old we are now, right now.
Well, they did the remake with Will Ferrell.
I actually like the remake. Yeah, it's pretty good. So
this animal's not even colored up right now. It's completely drab.
Are there morphs in the leachianus?
No, not that I know of. They are bred for certain colors.
Sure.
But
look at those eyes. Those gray, steel gray eyes are really nice.
He's not happy we woke him up.
Yeah, well, he's getting shipped out to a customer, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be shipped out today, FedEx, with the rest of these guys.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of them. Very cool. If you guys want a very big gecko, there you go. All right, what do we got here, Paul?
All right, so here we have a first in the U.S. These are Albino Amidites meridionalis.
Common name?
A European hornetter, I think.
Wow.
in the venomous community, not too many people use common names anymore.
Yeah, no, I know.
They're above everybody in using common names.
Right.
But these are actually the first ones ever to come to the U.S. I'm pretty sure nobody else has. I think there's a couple people in Europe that have bought them last year, but the breeder I got these from, I have an exclusive with him now for anything else he produces. So
the albinos are very rare.
Yeah, these are the first of the species, and then this will give you an
Look at
idea
that
what
one.
they look like as they start to grow.
That is nicer. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They get better with age.
And how big will these get?
They're a small snake. They reach about maybe 18 inches. You might see some get a little bit larger.
So people are putting these in like naturalistic like type enclosures and like use them for display animals.
Yeah, like you could house a pair of these in a 20 long, you know,
Oh, wow.
with a little bit of decoration, some planting, things like that, and it'll be perfectly fine.
You never know this thing was so deadly. Now, how bad is the toxins?
Actually, this is not that bad. I don't know anybody that's been bit by them, but I hear stories that the toxicity of the venom is not that harsh. I do know somebody had their cat get bitten by one, and it just swelled the foot up and really no other effects.
Oh, that's not so bad, yeah.
Yeah, so...
not that you want to get bit, but I guess it's better than...
well, the thing with venom is you never know how you're going to react to it. I mean...
Right, some people are allergic.
You could have a reaction to it that would be unthinkable that, you know... People say, "Oh, copperheads are not dangerous. You know, cottonmouths are not that dangerous." You know,
until you're allergic.
Take Benadryl until you're allergic, and then you know you have a bad reaction.
Very, very cool.
But we have a big group of these. We're gonna let go, I think, of a few to one person. I'm not gonna split them up and spread them around the whole country. I'll try to find one person that wants to buy maybe one small group, and then I'll keep the other one for myself.
What do these go for?
I'm not sure. I've been offered them for like $5,000 with a visual male with a het female.
Like a pair.
I'm not 100% firm on that price, but I think that's a good starting area.
Are these live bearers or egg layers?
These are live bearers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, can you imagine how small these things must come out?
Yeah. Well, these are almost a year old, if you can imagine. They're getting close to it.
And these are tiny.
Yeah, they're tiny.
I don't even know how you would corral them up.
Yeah. Those are they're really small babies. These guys are just to the point where they're probably taking really small pinky mice. The breeder told me they are, so we'll see. We're gonna feed everything tomorrow after we pack all this stuff up and ship it out, and then we'll go through and do our normal feedings.
We're lucky that we got to see these.
Yeah.
Not many people have them, like you said.
And nobody in the U.S. has them yet, but there will be a few available.
Okay, we'll reach out. And best way to reach you, Paul?
Best way to reach me would be probably through my Facebook Messenger. Just look up Paul Miller of Calusa Animal Company. Calusa is C-A-L-U-S-A, not double O, like a lot of people spell it here. Or on Instagram at the Paul Miller Jr.
All right, back in the car. I had a great time. I had to run in and run out basically because I just dropped my kids at school. I got to go to my office now and do some work, and I wanted to stop here before he shipped out these animals. What cool red orangey looking bearded dragons those are, huh? Man, they're in Europe. They're doing some cool stuff over there, and of course, the venomous stuff that Paul gets in is just A++. If you guys are into venomous, Paul's the guy to get the stuff from because he seems to find the best stuff and imports all the world's firsts, you know, at least into this country. So I have to thank him because, you know, he opens his house. He says, Dave, come in and film whenever you want. And hopefully I'm going to be back next week when he gets more shipments. And I know this is the busy season for him. So I get to live vicariously through his stuff. I can't keep venomous in my house. I know myself. I will get bit and I will die. So I'll just watch vicariously as he on his venomous collection, and I can kind of enjoy it from afar, so to speak. All right, guys, you know what to do. If you're enjoying this programming, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit the like button, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning.